What's going on, guys? WhiteFox1225 here with another video, and today I want to talk about the Elder Scrolls Legends. Been waiting to talk about this game for a really long time. I've been playing the beta for over a month, got an invite I think like 2 months ago, but today the NDA was finally lifted so I can actually talk about the game and how I feel about it, and even share some gameplay with you guys. So in this video I figured I'd give you guys my thoughts on the game so far. I really enjoy it and I'm really liking it, and I think it could even be more popular than games like Hearthstone, but we'll talk about that later. Let's just get started with what I think about the gameplay. The game works like a lot of other card games. It does work kind of like Hearthstone or Magic the Gathering, or if you played any of those. It's similar, but it does have some big changes. The biggest change in my opinion is that the board is now split into 2 lanes. You can choose to put your cards in either of those 2 lanes, and you can only attack other cards within that lane. Sometimes the lanes have effect on them, like a stealth one where that card can't be attacked that round or something like that, and it means you have to strategize a lot more. It's not just one board where you're constantly attacking your opponent. You really have to think about where you're putting your cards and which of the enemy's cards you want to attack. Other than that, like I said, it does play like a lot of other card games. You can choose to attack your enemy's cards or go right towards your enemy and take some of their health, and you win if you take all 30 points of their health away. Let's talk a little bit about the cards in the game. I think it has a really great card system. You unlock cards as you play, or because it is a free-to-play game, you can also buy them with real-life money. They're not too expensive. I believe they're like $3. But there's a lot of different kinds of cards, and I really felt like I could tailor my deck however I wanted to. There were so many different colors and different style of cards, and I could make the more aggressive deck, which is what I usually play with, or you could really do the more strategy one where you control the game field, or you could do one where you have a lot of items and buff your cards. You can really play however you want, and I felt like there were just a crazy amount of cards in the game, especially because I wasn't even sure. I think they're adding more cards when the game actually comes out and is out of the beta, which is absolutely crazy because there are a lot of cards in the game right now. As for the effect the cards have, of course they're the normal creatures. They're also items which gives you buffs. There's guards, which we've seen in all other games. Some cards have charge where you can attack immediately. One that I think is different is breakthrough, where you can do damage to a card and any excess damage that wasn't dealt to that card goes straight to the other player. There's also prophecy cards which have an immediate effect when they're used. And overall, I felt like there were a lot of different options. I never felt like I was out of a game because I always felt like if I used my cards right, there was a way to come back. And deck building was really fun, so many options, and I was really impressed with the card system overall. You can also level up cards, which I really liked. After your card reaches a certain level and you play with it enough, you can transform them. Basically what it does is, let's say you start with like a Whiterun Recruit, I think was one of them. You can choose to either turn that card into a Whiterun Guard, which gives it the guard effect, or a Whiterun Soldier, which gives it a charge effect. And it lets you tailor the deck and the cards to your playstyle, which is always a good thing. There's just a lot of options. I felt like there were so many cards and I could build my deck however I wanted to. You can have 50 to 70 cards in a deck, which some people think is too much. Personally, I kind of like having a lot of cards in a deck, so I didn't mind it at all. Everything felt pretty balanced, nothing felt overpowered at all. And also, guys, the artwork was really cool, true to the Elder Scrolls series, and just really great overall. The last thing I want to say about the gameplay is that it was really easy to jump into if you never played a card game. I have, but for other people, it has a great tutorial, and it's really easy to learn. It has a great UI, and I think people have no problem jumping in and enjoying the game. Let's move on and talk about the story. I really didn't expect this game to have a story at all, but it has a really good one. The game actually does have a story with characters and a plot line and some really well done cutscenes. I think they were really well made and really well voiced. So like I said, you do follow characters through a fully voiced story. So far I think the story is really great. It's very true to the Elder Scrolls lore, and it's really fun just to be able to play another campaign in the Elder Scrolls universe, but with a card game. In the game, you also have choices you can make throughout the story, and depending on which choice you make, you get a different card, and I think that was a really cool way to even put some role-playing into a card game. I would have never seen that coming, so great job to ZeniMax for doing that. There are also some guild quests. They're more like challenges, so for example, for a Thieves Guild quest, you have to use a smuggler's deck and win 3 games, and then you get a certain reward. It's kind of cool that they brought that into the game, so there's little challenges to make it fun if you ever get bored. PvP worked really seamlessly. Playing against other players was fun, even though I did get whooped a lot. It was also kind of hard to find a match, but I'm sure that's just because it's in a closed beta. But it was really fun. I had a great time playing against the other players. There's also a practice mode with 3 difficulties: easy, normal, and hard. I think the difficulty was really good. I could always beat the easy. I struggled on the normal sometimes, and I could never beat the difficult. So I think expert players will probably have a good time on the difficult. Maybe it will be a little too easy for them. Not quite sure, because I really am not good enough to be able to say. But I think the difficulties were pretty well balanced, and new players will be able to play and get some good practice in. There's still the arena mode, which we haven't gotten to try yet. It's not in the beta, but that will be in the game. Not quite sure what that is, but it will be in the base game. So overall, guys, I really like the beta. I'm really shocked it's a beta. The game feels ready to go, really polished, and just great overall. I'm not really a fan of giving beta scores, but I have to say this is near perfect, so I'd probably give it a 9.5 out of 10 if I had to. I'm definitely going to be picking up the game when it comes out. It is free to play. Can't wait to play, and I hope I can see you guys there. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you guys have any comments, leave them down below. If you guys liked the video, give it a like. If you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next one.